Welcome to Papyrus Plans. I'm Tasha. Ready to create something beautiful? Let's dive in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Let's work on my May monthly faith focus spread. And this month, I thought I'd go with a theme based on the story of Jonah and his disobedience. So this is the a print, and I'll include a link to this and the artist that did this. I found this via Google search, so I'll link to that. I want to say, like, I don't know if it was Bible.net, but anyway, I'll link to it just so I make sure that I include the right link. But I printed this on sticker paper, and I used a similar technique that I did with my creative journal for the month of April, and I'll try to link that in case you want to see. That gives a really detailed explanation of how to do this technique. But I basically use these, they're called Pops of Color by scrapbook.com. And I use, different like pearlized versions. I used one iridescent version and different shades of blue. And these aren't all the ones I used, but just to kind of show you kind of some of the things that I used. And I'm not sure if the camera is picking up on it. Let me see if I can. Not sure if the camera is picking up on all the sheen. Yeah, but you can see some of the pearlized colors that I used. And then on the lightning, it's not really showing it in detail. It's iridescent, and it's also dimensional. So I colored in the flag with some red glitter. They're red glitter pops, I should say, not just red glitter. But like this one, let's see, this one's like glitterized, but I used the red of this one. And then I used the iridescent white one for the lightning, again, to kind of make it stand out. And then I colorized the different streams of the water and the light filtering into the water. I used the pearlized version of white, so this one. And then I used the iridescent version of that for the lightning. So just to kind of help you to see. And then I used the pearlized version also on the teeth. Again, it's kind of hard to see because these are really small details, but hopefully when I turn the page, you can kind of get a sense of the depth of it. And then all of this I shaded in with the different hues of the blue, and then added in some different highlight colors, things like that. So that's kind of what I did. So it may look, flat, but in person, in real life, it has some dimension to it. And it's really cool because as you turn it, you can really see the different areas that I shaded and created dimension with. So that's the technique I used to create this effect. Now, originally I was thinking I might just cover up one whole side and just use this side for my devotional takeaways. Or now that I'm looking at it, maybe I can cut this in half. Let's see, would that look weird if I have it half here and then maybe cut across the waterline and put it over here? I'm a little scared to cut it, but I think it might look kind of cool. I might do it. I'm a little scared to break it up, but I think I might go for it. Let's see. I think I'm going to follow the edge of the shadowing that I created with the pops on the bottom here. I mean, it's the best I can. Ooh, I hope I don't regret this. Just thinking, so if I leave it whole, it might be a little bit too heavy. And then have maybe this on this side. Huh. I don't hate it. I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Now, let me see. Actually, let me get my cutting mat just to make it easier for me to see the edges here, since the edges are white. Oh, this is really strong sticker paper. Okay, so I think I'm gonna bring it all the way down to this bottom edge here. So as close as I can come without hopefully going over. And bring it all the way down. Just use my hands to smooth it. And as I'm touching it, it has very nice dimension to it, but it's subtle. So that's kind of cool. So now let's put this over here. See, if I left it whole, I was worried it might be a little too heavy. I mean, I could layer off of it, but I think this might work better. Now, actually, let's see, the first week. Okay, the first week starts over here, so actually I need to do it like this so I can have at least one box on this side. Or should I just cover it up and just only have these? I like to have at least one box a week. Is that gonna look weird if I do it there? Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Try to stick prematurely. Okay, I think I'm going to line it up with this second edge here. And let's see. Oh, this is kind of hard. Try to get it all the way to the edge over here. Oh, no, don't tear. Don't tear. And if I can smooth that back down. And let's see. Get one of my outliners to kind of blend that edge back together. All right, so we have kind of the top of the water with the shipwreck or the boat in dismay. And then Jonah being tossed into the sea. And then the big fish over there. Okay. So let me get these pieces, put them out of the way. Okay, so let's see. Let's do, I like this one. God is in control. Ask Jonah. Jonah shows what happens when you're disobedient. And boy, was he disobedient. Let's see. I don't want to cover up Sunday, so maybe place it right there. Then I have this other splatter I can use to cover up the notes section. So that fits perfectly there. And then, let's see. Show might cut this down here. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Just so that it's straight, it's aligned with this box here. Let's see. Get my metal ruler. And hopefully it lets me peel it up. I was just thinking, and I'm kind of eyeballing it because I can't see the edge of this. I'm just kind of guesstimating based on this top line. Again, hopefully it peels up. This is really strong sticker paper. Hoping that it does. Let's see. That way I can have these boxes to write in. There we go. Woo! And it gives it a cleaner edge, which I like. So I might do the same thing on this side. Again, just try to clean up this edge over here so that it's kind of contained within the boxes. Where's this side? Doesn't want to come up. There we go. Let's pull it from the bottom. This side is ripping a little bit. Oh, that's annoying. Why is this side ripping? That side came up clean. Oh, really? We're doing that? Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to do that. And then I'm taking my glue stick and get it open. And we're going to add glue to this. Then gently kind of push it back down. Try to line it up as best I can. Just so I don't lose that line there. Slightly askew, but we're gonna make it work. Just use my fingers to push it back into the fibers of the paper. And then when this dries, it'll dry clear. This is just the Elmer's washable school glue with disappearing purple. That way you can see it as you apply it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that did that. Like this side came up so easy, and that side just decided, I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing. Okay, so let's let that dry a few moments. And if I have to, I might can put something small there to kind of cover it up. Let's see. Do I have anything I can put there? I have this little drip. May just put this here just to kind of disguise it between Wednesday and Thursday. Dare I try to lift up that corner? Nope. Yeah, this side for some reason is like really down. Okay, we're gonna just put it on top and maybe just cut some of the offset off just so it's not quite as noticeable. Yeah, again, if it lets me. If not, we're gonna leave it just like that. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. Take off this extra little piece of paper that tore. Okay. Whew. All right, get my bone folder and just kind of merge it back into the fibers of the paper. And then I'm gonna get my adhesive remover and take off the excessive glue. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. And we've got this tear here, but it's subtle, and I think I can live with it. All right. Now let's see if we want to put him. I think I'll put him over here. Maybe I should do him over here. That way I still have these boxes here to write in. Try to put him at the bottom, this corner. It's hard to see this edge. Let me get my cutting mat. See, do I want to bring it all the way over? I think I might bring him all the way over to the bottom end side edge. And let's see. Do I want to put this underneath? I wish I could lift this up, but for some reason this... Oh, you know what I think it might be? I think it might be the pops. I'm going to see if I could lift this, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, it's not letting me. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's giving it really good adhesion. So what I might do is just follow this curve here as best I can. Again, I'm kind of eyeballing it just so that he's not going where the Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. Just kind of take off that one little edge there. Okay. Let's see. We've got all this over here, so I could put something there. Maybe put, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. I don't want this to go over that drip, so let me see if I can cut off some of the offset so it's not covering up the drip. Okay. See if we can put this to the side here without scared to try to lift that drip up. I think I just might white out this 7 because I think part of it's going to be shown. Maybe right there. Again, so it's not covering up the drip. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, let's put this one over here. And I think I'll cover up this weird edge here, but I still want to keep this box. Well, I have that there though, so maybe I'll put it at the bottom. Yeah, let's put it at the bottom because I have these boxes. Okay, this one's about Jonah came to be in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. And let's put this one over here. Maybe cut off some of the offset. I called out to the Lord out of my distress, and he answered me. So even though Jonah was disobedient, God still delivered him. I'm going to put this down here. Okay. And then I have this little miniature of Nineveh that I created. And since I have all of this, actually I can put this here. Maybe next to this quote. Or maybe I'll put it over here and cover up this weird edge. That will look, nah, that looks kind of weird. I think I'll put it up here. Okay, and then I have this wave. I might put that up here. Just cut off the bottom. All right, so let's cut off the rest of the wave. Just kind of the beginnings of it. And then maybe we can, let's see. Might put the rest of it on the other side. And let's stop it right before it gets to May. And cut off this small little tiny bit up here. All right, let's take a look. Oh, I really like the way that that came out. I still have plenty of room to write each day, and I think I might take this little edge off. That little piece is bothering me. And that way it can be flush. For some reason, this side just really removes better than that side. But yeah, that looks a lot better. That way that line is completely clean. And let's see, maybe I should cut off this part too so I can have this box to write in, since I don't have anything else for the rest of the week. That way I'll have 2 boxes. So I think I might, again, let's see, get my ruler. Yeah, that way I have a clean line there as well. Okay, I think that works. And let's see. I think I might do the same thing here, but I'm kind of scared to. At least want to be able to see this number, but this side is really sticky. See if it lets me just get this one edge. It may not. Just so I can see the number there so I can write in it. Ooh, nope. No, it does not like that. Okay. Yeah, I think because this has more, this is the area that I heavily colored with the pops. I just don't think it, I think the moisture from this is like added extra adhesion to it. So we're going to leave that there. Okay, so I do have this box and this box. So I do have 2 boxes. So I think that's fine. All right, everyone. So this is going to be my spread for May's Faith Focus with the theme of Jonah. I really enjoyed this one. It really came together, and I used some different techniques here to kind of bring everything together with using the different colors of the pops to kind of give some dimension and life to it. So, you know, just because, you know, you might paint with this doesn't mean that you can't use it in your planner. So you can just do it on a smaller scale like I did. All right, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. All right, you guys, so I just wanted to come back and show you some things that I changed. So I added a little bit more depth to the sky here to give it more texture so it looks more stormy. I also colorized this, which I hadn't done before, and I colored the water. And then I added some of this pearl color to the bones, again, to give it some more depth. And I'll get closer to the camera so you can see what I mean. So here you can see the different colors of blue that I added, hopefully. And again, I'll get even closer just to give it that stormy sky look. And you can see the different pearlized colors I used to the waters. Hopefully the camera's picking up on this. And then for this part, I added the pearl color to the bones. And it has texture to it, but I just did it lightly so that it'd be 3-dimensional, but not too thick. And then for this part, for the water, again, I added different color blues so it has more of a 3D texture. And again, just very lightly. And I did this with a Q-tip to kind of blend the colors. And then I did the dark, I did from the darkest color to the lightest color for the blue. And I did the darkest color, the heaviest, to give it texture. Waited for it to dry, and it looked well, almost dry. I would say maybe 90% dry. And then I added like the medium blues. Again, waited for that mostly to dry. Then I blended it. Then I did the lightest color, waited for the dry, maybe 50 to 60%. And then I blended all of that down. Again, to kind of give it more texture. And you can see it has not just a sheen, but it also has, in real life, it's very tactile. So that's kind of what I added to this. Again, just to kind of give it a little bit more life. And then on the other side, I added just a little bit to this part here. I made this part a little bit darker so it looks like deeper waters, and then blended in some lighter blues here. So on this side, I added just a little bit more depth, again, to kind of bring in those blues, and then the pearlized finished up here so it looks like the rays of light streaming down into the water. So hopefully that gives you a better sense of what it looks like. And then also I just wanted to show you the extra things that I did after the fact. When I was looking at this and I thought, you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and colorize this image. And then after I colorized this, I said, actually, this part looks so nice and I like the lightning. And then I thought, well, the sky looks a little flat. So then I decided to add a little bit more color to the sky. All right, so that's everything that I did. I just wanted to catch you up. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay inspired and thank you for watching.